time today. It's so good to see your smiling face. It's so good to see Connor and Rowan and Abby and Nate and Luke and Serenity and Hazel and Penny and Emma and little Molly. I think I got everybody, all of my friends that are watching. It's so good to see you. I'm Mrs. Karen from the Harvard Dickens Library, and today we're going to read a story that takes place at night. Nighttime. What happens at night? First, let's talk about the word night. There's the word night right there, and it starts with that letter N. There's a big letter N. N is for the word night. Now, what happens at night? What do you do at night? Can you think of one thing that you do at night? You're right, we sleep at night. Exactly. But now I have a trick question for you. What happens at night? If you were to wake up and go outside at night, or even before you go to bed, what do you see in the night sky? Moon, very good, very good. What else do you see? Something that shines bright? Stars, excellent. There's one more thing that I can think of, and I'll bet you probably can too. It's something that is in the night sky. It looks like a star. It's a little bit bigger than a star. It's called a planet. And those are stars and moon and planets are all in the night sky. But I'm going to read you a story today about something that happens at night. Now, when it snows outside, one of the fun things to do if we get lots of snow is to build a snowman. What can we put on our snowman? What do you put on your snowman? What do you put on his head? Hat. Very good. What do you put on for his mouth? Do you use buttons or pieces of coal? Very good. How about his nose? That's supposed to be a carrot if you have it. Very good, very good. His eyes, you could probably use some coal for his eyes too, right? And then you use some sticks for his arms, and maybe you have some mittens and a scarf to put on your snowman. But what happens to your snowman at night when you go to bed? Well, guess what? I've got a story to share with you today called Snowmen at Night. And let's see what snowmen do at night when we're sleeping. Snowmen at Night by Carolyn Buener, and the pictures are by Mark Buener. Let's see. Here's where the story starts. Here's a little boy. He's rolling one snowball. It's getting bigger. Let's see what he's going to do with that. Oh, look it. He put that bigger snowball on top of a really big one. And let's see what happens with his snowman at night. One wintry day, I made a snowman, very round and tall. The next day, when I saw him, he was not the same at all. His hat had slipped, his arms drooped down. He really looked a fright. It made me start to wonder, what do snowmen do at night? I think that snowmen start to slide when it gets really dark, off the lawn and down the street, right into the park. They gather in a circle while they wait for all the others, sipping cups of ice-cold cocoa made by snowmen mothers. Look at, they're having ice-cold cocoa. We like our cocoa hot, don't we? But if a snowman drank a cup of hot cocoa, what would happen? You're right, the snowman would melt. That's why they drink theirs cold. Then the snowman games begin. They line up in their places, each one anxious for his turn in the snowman races. After everyone has had a chance at racing once or twice, they go on over to the pond to do skating tricks on ice. Look at all those snowmen skating. They're doing a great job, aren't they? Awesome. Sometimes they start giggling and then they act like clowns. They bump into each other till they all fall down. They gather up their snowballs, the pitcher takes his aim, and underneath the moonlit sky, they play a baseball game. Imagine playing baseball in the snow. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? No one knows just how it started, but soon it's quite a sight, with snowmen throwing snowballs in the world's best snowball fight. Then it's time for sledding. It's a wild ride down the hill. Look at that big sledding hill. That's an awesome hill, isn't it? Wahoo! They yell. This is by far the snowman's biggest thrill. Finally, they're tuckered out and getting sleepy, so they slowly gather up their things and one by one they go. You see how it's looking a little bit lighter now over the houses? I think the sun is getting ready to come up. So if your snowman's grin is crooked or he's lost a little height, you'll know he's just been doing what snowmen do at night. And those snowmen look like they're sure having a good time at night when we are sound asleep. Isn't that a funny story? Now I have another snowman story to share with you. And let's see if you can do this with me. Here we go. We're going to pretend we built a snowman. Are you ready? I built a little snowman. Make your snowball nice and big. I built a little snowman. He had a carrot nose. Along came a bunny. Can you make a bunny with your fingers? Along came a bunny. And what do you suppose? That hungry little bunny, rub your tummy like you're really hungry. That hungry little bunny, looking for his lunch, ate the snowman's carrot nose, nibble, nibble, crunch. Oh, good job, good job. Should we do that again? That's really kind of fun, isn't it? Here we go. Get your nice big snowman. Here we go. I built a little snowman. He had a carrot nose. Along came a bunny. And what do you suppose? That hungry little bunny, looking for his lunch, ate that snowman's carrot nose, nibble, nibble, crunch. Good job. I love that story. Isn't that fun? Now, since we're talking about snowmen, and especially snowmen at night, I'll bet you can probably guess what we're going to make today. Did you say snowman? You're absolutely right. Let me show you the snowman that we're going to make today. Look at him. Isn't he cute? What's really cool about him is he is actually made out of a pine cone. That's right. He's made out of a pine cone that I found in my yard. I covered it with lots of fluff and then I put some pom-poms on and used a pipe cleaner to make some arms and I made a face for him. Would you like to make one with me? I was hoping you would say yes. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a list of all the supplies that we need, and I'll give you a minute to go and get those supplies. And then when you come back and you're ready, we'll make a snowman together. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's make a snowman together. That silly little snowman right there, out of a pine cone. You can probably see the pine cone through all this fluff that I used to make his body, but let me show you how to make it. First, start with a pine cone. I found a pine cone in my backyard that looks like this. You might have one that's a different shape. Mine is pretty small. Yours might be a lot bigger. Either way, you're going to make the snowman the same way. We're going to start by using some batting or fluff. Now you can use cotton balls for this, or if your parent or grown-up likes to sew, they might have some filling like this. This is called fiber fill. You can use whatever you'd like to make your snowman nice and fluffy. And what we're going to do is tear off small pieces of this fluff, of this batting. So tear off small pieces of your cotton balls or your batting, and using your glue, you'll start by just putting a little bit of glue all around your pine cone. And wherever you put the glue, add some of the batting. And just keep stuffing it all the way around until you have the pine cone pretty well covered with the batting. Now, like I said, you might need to break off even more little balls, little fluff pieces to make your snowman look nice and white and fluffy. And once you get the fluff on, just keep adding more little by little. And of course, the bigger the pine cone,
the more fluff you're going to need. Make sure you work in a spot that can get a little bit of gluey, because that's probably what's going to happen as you work. You might drip some glue on the table as you're working, so please be very careful. Put some newspaper underneath your work area. Make sure you've asked a grown-up before you start if it's okay to work where you'd like to make your snowman. That way we don't have a problem with getting glue all over the table. Now my snowman is starting to look pretty fluffy. I think I'm going to put a little bit more fluff down here. And of course, once we leave it dry, it's going to look very, very nice. I'm going to put just a little bit more fluff in here. There we go. What do you think? I think I'm liking the way my snowman is looking nice and fluffy. There we go. There is my snowman's body made out of a pine cone. I don't want to stop here though. He needs a face. So let's start with a circle made out of felt. This is probably a little bit more than 1 inch in diameter. So cut out a circle of felt, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put 2 dots of glue for his eyes. So let's put one eye right here. I'm using wiggly eyes. If you don't have wiggly eyes at home, you could probably just use a black magic marker for the eyes. Underneath the eyes, my snowman needs a carrot nose. So maybe a little rabbit will come along and nibble, nibble, crunch on that carrot nose. And then I'm going to use some small pieces of felt, black felt, that I cut out that look like pieces of coal. I'm going to use those for the snowman's mouth. So I'll make some little dots of glue right where I want those pieces of coal or those pieces of felt to go. There's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and 4. And there's my snowman face. Now before I put my snowman face on his fluffy snowman body, he needs to have some arms. I cut 2 pieces of pipe cleaner, about 2 inches long. We're going to start with 1, and then I cut a smaller piece of pipe cleaner, probably about 1 inch long. We're going to take the smaller piece and wrap it, hold it just underneath the end of the bigger pipe cleaner, and twist it around and around. So now my snowman has some fingers on the end of his arm. Do the same with the other pipe cleaner. Take the longer pipe cleaner, put the smaller one just a little bit a ways from the end underneath, and then twist and twist. And there we go. Now my snowman has 2 arms that look like sticks or twigs. To put them on the snowman, we're going to put some glue at the end of one of the snowman's twig arms, and then we're going to just kind of shove it into the side right like that. And then we'll do the same with the other twig arm. Put a little bit of glue on the end and take that other twig arm and just kind of stick it into the snowman's side. So there he is with his snowman body and his 2 stick arms. But now I think it's time for his head. Take the head that you put aside, and we're going to put a little bit of glue on the back, on the bottom of the back, and then put it right like this at the top of the snowman. And there he is. Now, if you would like, you could add some cotton balls to make it look like he has buttons down his front. To do that, let's make 2 dots of glue, one right here and one right here, and we'll put on the pom-poms to make it look like he has some buttons down his front. And there is my jolly snowman, ready to go out at night and have some fun.
it fun to make this little snowman? And you would not know when you looked at him that he's made out of a pine cone, right? Now, if you have lots of pine cones at your house, you could probably make lots of snowmen. But I'm going to tell you, keep an eye on them because who knows what they do at night. Thanks for reading the story today together with me called Snowmen at Night. I hope you enjoyed it. I always enjoy it when you come and join me for stories. It's always so good to see your smiling face. Thanks for coming today, and I will see you next time. Before then, make sure you keep reading lots of good books, and hopefully, I'll see you soon at the library. Bye!